never imagined that owning a quiet house in a suburban neighborhood could turn into the most stressful battle of my life. But the moment the HOA showed up unannounced, marching into my driveway like they owned the place, I realized this wasn't about community rules anymore. It was about power, intimidation, and control. And from that first encounter, I knew they were going to push every boundary possible. It started with a letter slipped under my door, polite at first, warning about my fence height and my overgrown trees, but soon escalated into fines, threats, and repeated visits, where they measured, photographed, and documented every inch of my property as if it belonged to them. And every time they came, I watched HOA Karen, furious, shouting and pointing, her face red with rage, while I stayed calm, observing, collecting evidence, knowing their arrogance would be their downfall. Neighbors whispered, afraid to intervene, while I quietly gathered old county records, land surveys, and court-stamped documents proving my ownership. Emails showing harassment, and even footage of them trespassing on my property without permission. All while they continued their campaign of intimidation, sending more letters, showing up with clipboards, bolt cutters, and a sense of entitlement that was infuriating, yet predictable. Until one morning they crossed the line, illegally cutting part of my fence and entering my yard uninvited. And that was the turning point, because now I had the proof I needed. And when I brought the case to court, the HOA thought they could intimidate the judge and dismiss the evidence. But as my lawyer methodically presented survey maps, official documents, and video recordings, the arrogance in the room faded into stunned silence. The HOA president fidgeted nervously. HOA Karen avoided eye contact, and one by one, their claims crumbled. Fines were reversed, damages awarded, and the judge issued formal warnings for harassment and abuse of authority, leaving a lasting mark of justice. In the aftermath, the neighborhood shifted, confidence returned to homeowners, and those who had feared speaking up realized the truth, that power has no weight when faced with preparation, courage, and evidence. And as for me, standing firm, documenting everything, and refusing to be intimidated, turned a nightmare into a story of triumph, proving that no matter how aggressive or entitled an organization may be, their control only exists until someone decides to fight back. And that fight can change everything forever.